Man 1. We're starting the dulls immediately here. I can tell you without a doubt, I'm on frame 1, and you're going to love frame 1 as well. In fact, I think you're going to love it twice. Bro, that's Spider-Man 1. I don't care who you are. That's Spider-Man 1. This is the second that the Green Goblin breaks into Aunt May's bedroom, bro. Look at it. What is it? A minor spelling mistake? What's it called? A little tomfoolery. That's it. Spider-Man. That's Spider-Man, bro. What? It's not Spider-Man? Is it this looks like it's shot like the Virgin Suicides or Bridesmaids. Stranger Things? Jacob's Ladder type shit, man. This is Silent Hill. I mean, I saw Jacob's Ladder like 3 months ago, and this was not in it. But, oh, it's one of these Nightmare on Elm Street. Whatever. It's Freddy versus Jason. Where's Jason, bro? Is that Jason? Let me see top guesses. No. Really? Nobody clocked this as Spider-Man on the first shot, man? I mean, it's very... Can you post the emote? The emote is really close. I'm realizing the shot is kind of like mirrored, but apart from that, it's pretty close, man. Is missing Aunt May? She's kneeling next to the bed, bro. Dirty ass mind. She's doing the Lord's Prayer. There's Jason. Stage left. That's right. Stage left. They should make a new Spider-Man with Nephew Ben. I don't understand the use case of this emote. Can you fill me in? Okay, Craig David. If you see an explosion in a video game, which if you haven't seen one, wait 3 seconds probably, depending on what you're playing, and then you just post that. You see an explosion, you post an explosion. It's that simple. It's echolalia. Got me on my damn knees. NHL question on Barstool? Holy. Sean Lee played for this NFC team from 2010 to 2020. Let's be honest. I have no idea. I'm going to say he played for the team in the NFC that's called the Green Bay Packers. Barstool's cooked, y'all. The search feature on Barstool is cooked. This player hit over 300 three-pointers for the Pistons, but is currently a free agent. Michael Porter Jr. Alex Pietrangelo, Kevin Shattenkirk, and David Perron all recorded 40-plus points. Yeah, bro, that's the St. Louis Blues. Are you trolling me? That's the easiest question of all time. The Carnival is a minivan produced by this car brand. I'm going to be honest with you. If it's not a Chrysler Pacifica, I don't give a fuck. The Carnival? Chevy Carnival. Dodge Carnival. Chrysler Carnival. Kia Carnival? Kia Carnival? Nominative determinists be like, oh yeah? Explain the Kia Carnival then. It's that simple. That's Jeremy Piven and Matt LeBlanc. But it kind of just looks like Matt LeBlanc. Like, it kind of looks a lot like Matt LeBlanc, to be honest with you. Who? Joey! Joey doesn't share food! Bonchon Chicken was founded in this country. South Korea. Yeah, that makes sense to me. This woman won the 2019 Screen Actors Guild Award for Best Actress for Apple TV's The Morning Show. I mean, it's either Jennifer Aniston or Reese Witherspoon. Let's say it's Reese Witherspoon. Jennifer Aniston, I'm afraid. Jack Nicholson plays a man who feels lost after retiring and takes an RV trip to his estranged daughter's wedding. Ed's About Schmidt. Finally, all my About Schmidt knowledge is pouring out of me. Devastating final scene in About Schmidt, man. I wake up every evening with a big smile on my face, and it never feels out of place, because I'll keep you my dirty little secret. I don't know. Move Along? Are you Move Along? I don't know what. I only know two All-American Reject songs, and they both came out in like 2002, I think. 11% of people got About Schmidt. Are you fucking trolling? It was nominated for Best Picture. It's like, apart from The Departed, it's the last time that Jack Nicholson actually acted. He's been in movies since then, but he hasn't acted since The Departed, man. That's crazy. Nobody cares about the Oscars? I mean, that's a crazy thing to type in a streamer's chat. Also, About Schmidt is really good. Also, Alexander Payne is beloved, man. I'm not drinking any fucking Merlot. And he did The Holdovers, you saucy so-and-so, just in case you're a smug Gen Z that's like, I will never watch an Alexander Payne movie. Guess what, bitch? You already fucking did. You already did, and you were tweeting shit like, this is going to become a Christmas tradition. You disingenuous so-and-so. You should watch About Schmidt, too. About Schmidt is fucking good, dude. It is? Yeah, it is. It's got Dermot Mulroney in it. I think it's got Hope Davis in it, bro. It's got Jack Nicholson in it. Yeah, why don't you hold the chicken salad? Hold it between your knees. You need to open an account on Mr. Beast Financial? Oh, shit. My favorite YouTuber's a bank now? Tell me more about that. Two beasts to fail? I'm the type of beast that would choose the mist, quite frankly, but you already knew that about me. Rosamond's? Famous Rosamond's? Tart, crisp, sour. Interesting. Let me think about. I'm thinking about these are types of desserts: apple crumble, apple tart, apple crisp, apple cobbler, or maybe they're all peach. I don't know. We're more of an apple country up here. Fruit desserts. There you go. Skate. Letter plus a person's name. C. Ross. S. Kate. F. Luke. Oh, P. Rickley. P. Ike. You think, bro? You think? Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay, for personality, prickly, sore, sour, and cross is like irritable. Crabby, slug, fluke. These are things in. I was gonna say things in bowling, but only a split is in bowling, bro. So we had this. It said we were one away. These are types of fish. Another type of fish is a split. No, another type of fish is char, Arctic char. Yeah, that makes sense. How crazy is it that 3 of the fish also are person's name plus 1 letter at the front? That's a unique bit of serendipity, if I may say so myself. And then I don't know what this would be. Banana. Banana, that makes a lot of sense. More or less. You're a smart guy, but you're dressed like a 4-year-old today. It's confusing. It's that give and take that makes people interesting. You know what I've started to do as well? I've started to become a character instead of rounding off my sharp edges just to fit seamlessly into society and pass through the digestive tract of the world like something wrapped in olestra. like a baked Lay's, for example. I no longer do, like if I let somebody in traffic, like let's say traffic's like a little fucky and someone's trying to turn left, and I could drive through the intersection at 1 kilometer an hour and try to squeeze my car like a millimeter away from the one in front of me just to be 7 feet ahead, but really inhibit the person who's trying to turn left perpendicular to me. I hit the brakes a little early, and then I give them a little signal, and then they give me a wave. I don't wave back. You know what I do? Peace sign. I'm peace sign Andy now. Why? Just an extra little wrinkle, right? It's more surface area for the character profile. Now they're not like, oh, he gave me a wave. They're like, what's up with peace sign guy? It raises some questions, right, about peace sign guy. What's up with peace sign guy? Maybe he's British. Maybe he's a hippie. Who knows? You're literally weird? I know, it's cool. It's cool. Will Smith versus Omegle. I feel like Omegle is going to have more searches than Will Smith. Also, that's not Will Smith. Oh, you can't see anything. Yeah, you can't see anything. I got the first one right, though. Omegle had more searches than Will Smith. Also, I think Will Smith has more monthly searches than Beethoven and better music. Google has more searches than Beethoven. Google has more searches than Wordle. Wordle's got a lot, no doubt about that. I'm going to say Wordle's got more than XXX Temptation. Say XXX Temptation has more than cocaine. How to tie a tie. I think that's going to have more, man. Lots of people go into their Sadie Hawkins dances. I'm going to say 9/11. 9/11 has less searches than how to tie a tie? Can I? I'm not necessarily suggesting you're wrong. I would like to see a source. I would just like to see, there should be a little clickable footnote that's like, here's the proof. And you shouldn't resent me for asking for proof unless you're hiding something. Just a little footnote. Just a little footnote. I'd like to know, man. I'd like to know. We're old? I don't know what you mean by that. Like, we're old so we remember it? But, like, there's even more young people, though. Don't they have to Google it to figure out, like, what happened? But the thing is, I'm crashing out because people are like, I don't need to know anything about 9/11. Yeah, but how many times do you have to Google how to tie a tie? You just do it, and then you're like, okay, it's easy. You don't, I'll give it to you right now. I don't even wear a fucking tie to work, although it might be nice. You put it on. Skinny end on your left. I'm mirrored right now. Skinny end on your left. About twice as much of the fat end. Maybe it goes down, touches the tip of your dick, okay? Then you go fat over skinny. Wait a second. Yeah, fat over skinny. Then you're going to go fat end upside down through the loop that you just made. Then you're going to wrap it around, and that's going to make a little sleeve. And then you're going to put the fat end through the sleeve, and you're going to tighten it with the skinny end, and you're good to go. Now, you could maybe get a better knot than that, but that's good enough for like your 10th grade dance or whatever. Gorillaz Mog's Audio Slave. 4-in-hand ass knot. MGK, maybe Mog's Audio Slave. It's a tough one, man. I'm going to say MGK because I don't know who Ahmet Kaya actually is. I'm going to say Louis Capaldi's up there. Truman Show ass. It's Geddy Lee. Savant. That's Jermaine Clement from Men in Black 3. Let's get loud. 26 million. I think Lopez is going to clear Jimi Hendrix. I'm sorry to say. I don't know, man. Nav is famous enough for me to know, but I mostly know about Nav because isn't it like a joke that people will reply to Anthony Fantano and say, when are you going to review the new Nav? So I don't know. I mean, Jimi Hendrix is more artistically accomplished than Nav for sure. But Nav, people are listening to him. People are listening to him. Nickelback probably clears Nav, I gotta say, in the all-Canadian matchup. Say Nickelback probably clears Biabadoobie. No, never mind. She's come up big, man. She's come up big. She used to just be Chibcore. Now she's more famous than Nickelback. What a world we live in. Costco. Honey Crisp apples, new crop, 4 pounds. Okay. Well, at Save On Foods, Honey Crisps, I mean, they're bending you the fuck over. They're like $3.99. But they do also have 187% tariffs on them for some reason. So I got to think about this. I imagine if you're domestic in the United States, they're probably $2.49 a pound, and then Costco lets you get them at $2.24 a pound. Nah, but they're not going to sell you 4 pounds of apples for $10. People will just look at the bag and go, $10 for apples? I could get chips for that. So I'm going to say these are $8.99. I'm going to say these are $9.99. I overcooked it a little bit. I fucking overcooked it a little bit. I put one too many Fermies on the estimate, bro. You missed the movies? Did I miss the movies? No, the movies literally come... Oh, you're talking about... Right, never mind. I thought you were talking about Box Office Game. I skipped the last more or less. You're right. Higher ratings, Sailor Moon Eternal or Come and See? Any movie Chiblee has deigned to watch on Letterboxd that came out before he was born is going to have at least an 8 on Letterboxd, on IMDb, I should say. It's called the Chiblee heuristic. Pay attention. Return of the King is going to be in the top 250 without a doubt. Okay, 9 average. I really like Return of the King. 9 average is kind of insane. It's obviously going to be ahead of 21 Jump Street. Black Panther is going to be ahead of 21 Jump Street, I think. Not even close. It's going to clear Police Academy 3 Back in Training. I think Police Academy 3 is going to clear Rim of the World. Rim of the World looks like a colossal disaster. Shrek's going to be in like the low to mid 8s, I'd say. High 7s. What's the difference? Red Rocket, the Anora movie, pre-Anora. I gotta feel like it's still going to be below Shrek, though. The Sean Baker film with the guy from Scary Movie 3. I think Red Rocket's going to beat The Purge. And then I think The Return of the King is going to beat The Purge. Easy enough. It returned. That's right. They did say it would return. Ghibli, they did. And then we did Costco already, and now we're on Globla. I watched The Thing last night. You were what Angela Bassett movie you were talking about where she did The Thing? How Stella got her groove back? Because in that movie, she did the thing. For sure. She did the thing. Strange Days, now we're talking. Why am I looking at this like this is going to divine it for me, man? Give me Cyprus. We never guessed Cyprus. Let's go over here. Let's hit you with Georgia. Okay, let's hit you with Ethiopia. All right, let's hit you with a Vatican City. 1,400 kilometers from Vatican City. That's interesting. Malta? Malta's even warmer still, bro. How about Tunisia? Even warmer. Chad? Chad's a little cooler. How about Spain? That's even warmer. It's 20 kilometers from Spain, but it doesn't border. Morocco? Damn. That was kind of a clutch guess, to be honest with you. That was kind of a clutch guess. Strait of Gibraltar, 20 kilometers across, man? Morocco does border Spain. Yeah, and Canada borders Japan. You actually do border Denmark, though? Yep, and France, weirdly enough. And the United States, but you might have already known that one, unfortunately. Oh shit. I'm not gonna do this one because I don't know what it is. I'll just be real with you on that one. We'll be here for years. Now, October 17th, 1997. Now we're talking, man. Now we're fucking talking. 97. I was in like probably the fourth grade. Sony Pictures. This is like Titanic year. I might have been in the third grade. Pre-Titanic, starring Jennifer Love Hewitt. I Know What You Did Last Summer. No. October. Okay, is it a horror movie? It is. Okay, I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's a given. If you're going to bury the truth, make sure it stays buried. Low key, though, I was talking to Kate about this last night. Obviously, like, they shouldn't have done that shit last summer, but I bet that I haven't seen the movie, I bet they were fucking so good of friends after this shit happened. Because, like, I've got some trauma bonding with friends of mine from, like, high school and with college, and we didn't even, like, hit a dude with our car or anything like that. So I bet, like, after this happened, they were like, that was fucked up. But years later, they were like, I'll never have another summer like that with friends that close. Because as you grow up, you know, you just drift apart a little bit. Keanu Reeves, 97, pre-Matrix, post-Dracula, post-Speed, and he's not in Speed 2. This could be the Devil's Advocate. That's big. He's never lost a case, but he's about to lose his soul. Al Pacino's the devil in that movie, just so you know. Morgan Freeman stars in the movie from 1997, post-Driving Miss Daisy, post-Shawshank. It's a thriller. It's a Long Came a Spider. Along Came a Spider, maybe. No. The Pelican Brief. What are you? Smart Girls, Pretty Girls, Missing Girls. There's also a movie, I don't know anything about it, but I think it came out around this time. It's called Kiss the... I don't know. My grandparents own this on VHS. I've never seen it, but I've seen the cover. I've seen the cover, and it's fabulous. Kind of. It's giving Prometheus movie poster vibes, but it's the Along Came a Spider prequel. Okay, all right. They're both James Patterson books. What about The Bone Collector? Is that a James Patterson as well? Yes, it is. There you go. That makes sense. Did you take the limitless pill for movies? Get it twisted. If you eat 3,000 calories a day of dried fruit and nuts, supplemented with other meals throughout the day, you too can have this power. You might not be worse at remembering things than me. You might just be hungry. You might just be a little bit hungry, to be honest. It's worth a try. It's worth checking it out at least. Brad Pitt, 97, pre the Mexican, post 12 Monkeys, adventure drama history. Could this be Legends? I feel like Legends of the Fall is a 95 banger, though. Adventure drama history. Oh, it's the 7 days in Tibet. 7 years in Tibet. 7 days is just, time off. 7 years in Tibet. There we go. My favorite Jamyang Jamsho Wangchuk movie. Too bad it was David Thewlis and not David Strathairn. If David Strathairn was in that, we could use that for swanky posting. But Kevin Kline movie, 1997. It's called In and Out. This movie has been memory hold, but if you're my age, this was like an insanely popular film. Like that if you were not alive, you're probably like, how did you know this so fast? If you were alive, you're like, yeah, bro, it's In and Out. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. It made $63 million in 1997. That takes it now to like, I don't know, it's probably over $100 million. That's a blockbuster, bro. Great movie. What was it about? So I saw it once in probably 1998, if I had to guess. Kevin Kline is like a high school drama teacher, And then one of his students wins an Oscar, and during his acceptance speech, he thanks Kevin Kline for giving him the courage to come out as gay. Because Kevin Kline, as the teacher, was like the first openly gay man that he knew. Only, here's a twist, Kevin Kline in the movie is not gay. So he's trying to figure out how to handle this. He's trying to figure out, what should I do? Because now everybody in my home life who watched the Oscars, which was everybody in 1997, thinks that he just got outed, but he's not gay. Sounds amazing. They used to make comedies, is the thing. They used to make comedies. It's a good movie. I should see it again. I haven't seen it. I mean, I haven't seen it since I was 9. So I have to imagine there's probably a lot of shit that went over my head. And it's been 26 years or something since I've seen it, but I got to go back and watch In and Out, man. I don't think it was made for 9-year-olds. Yeah, but like, to be honest, I owe my parents a great debt of gratitude, because they would be like, hey, we're watching a movie that is like maybe not R-rated, but is definitely targeted at adults. Do you want to watch it? And I would go, yeah, it's 1998. What the hell else am I going to do? And as a result, I got, acclimated to watching grown-up movies at a relatively young age. And a lot of people my age these days still haven't quite gotten there yet, which is kind of it's a little sad to me, but they seem happy. I mean, they only talk about how depressed they are and how much life sucks, but I guess they're content, at least, because they're not mixing it up at all. So they could watch Koyaanisqatsi once. I'll watch Puss in Boots if they watch Koyaanisqatsi. They should get the Koyaanisqatsi DVD, though, because I haven't seen that shit either. The fuck is Wolves, bro? It's Brad Pitt, obviously. Comedians in cars getting coffee. Who are you? Who's this other guy? Is this Sean Bean? That's George Clooney? I guess I can see it. Okay, so in my head I'm going, this is Jim Carrey, Cameron Diaz, George Clooney, Cameron Diaz, Brad Pitt, Cameron Diaz. Okay, I have something. Tom Cruise. Oh, wait, okay, hang on. Why is this so hard? This shouldn't be hard. Cameron Diaz, Night and Day, Tom Cruise, George Clooney, Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt. Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt never been in a movie together? Nah, competing egos, son. Who else is in The Mask? Jim Carrey, of course. Ben Stein. Ben Stein's in The Mask. Ben Stein, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Matthew Broderick, Tower Heist. Eddie Murphy. Well, I got to get to Swanky first anyway. Okay, well, maybe we should just figure it out at runtime. Well, okay, you know what? Let's find the easy way in. I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to go Clooney, Burn After Reading, McDormand, and we're like, that's a record speed to Swanky. My dumbass almost clicked on Linda May. Kind of crazy that hasn't happened yet to this point. Now let's go to the debt. We've made a mistake being on the debt. We'll go Steven Dorff to Blade. Blade can get you to Udo Kier, who's in Downsizing. And then I'm like, Cameron Diaz, Matt Damon, Cameron Diaz, Kristen Wiig. Cameron Diaz, Jason Sudeikis, wrong Jason in the movie Sex Tape. It doesn't have to be Cameron Diaz, it could be Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, Ben Stein. Don't forget about Ben Stein. I feel like I could do something cheesy. Kristen Wiig, she's not in the Lego movie. Surely she's done some voice work. There's Despicable Me 4. Jim Carrey, Steve Carell. Jim Carrey, Will Ferrell. Sofia Vergara, Soul Plane. Snoop Dogg. Starsky and Hutch. You can't tell me there's not a Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey, Ben Stiller, the cable guy. Jim Carrey, The Mask. Cable Guy also with fucking Matthew Broderick in it. Not too bad, not too bad. Could have gone something about Mary. His friends would say, stop whining. They've had enough of that. Your stupid ass probably thinks Jonathan Colton is the funniest folk rocker. Oh, Jonathan Richman Blind Spot? Motherfucker, you don't know shit about the Modern Lovers. Do you? Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Calgary Flames 3+ goals in a single playoffs. Sam Bennett. 0.3%. New York Islanders 3+ goals in a single playoff. Yeah, I'm a different type of beast. I'd probably say like Brian Trottier. 3+ goals in a single playoff for the Vancouver Canucks. Yeah, let me. I'm going back. I'm going back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. How about Peter Nedved? What? Really? That don't seem right. You know what? Maybe Matthias Olin was putting some shit down back then. That sounds about right. If we're being honest, nobody cares. We should at least do these. Like, I'll hit you with a Corey Schneider, of course, and Lightning. I should have kept an Olin around for this. Lightning. Shen, Luke Shen, maybe? Luke Shen played for the Light. That sounds about right. Okay, I can live with that. Is he an Edmonton, Toronto, or Montreal fan? I'm unsubbing. Least fickle. First off, most intuitive hockey fan in chat. Secondly, least fickle Canadian hockey fan. I mean, who are you even rooting for at that point? If you hate Edmonton, Montreal, and Toronto, you're like a Senators Flames fan. Pick a struggle, bro. Jets are in no position to be hating on anybody. They should still just be happy to be here. They're a Blackhawks fan? No shot, because they would have said he's not a St. Louis Blues fan, is he? They don't know what they're talking about, man. The Sens are not trash. They're just not looking so good right now because their best player is out for a month with like a broken heart. Okay, this is very doable. Don Cheadle. Title starts A to H, $100 million plus at the box office. Tobey Maguire, $100 million plus at the box office. 2-word title. Title starts A to H. 2-word title, Tobey Maguire. Hit me with the Wonder Boys. Michael Douglas asks. Tobey Maguire, A to H, ignore the. Very easy to play Gatsby there. But I got to think, what Tobey Maguire movie? I don't know. Did Seabiscuit cross 100 million? Was the early 2000s. People were going to see films back then. Sandra Bullock, $100 million plus at the box office. Title starts A to H. Obviously, The Blind Side is in here. Gravity's in here. Bird Box is in here. I think... No, you know what? People are going to forget she's in Crash. So we play Crash there. And then $100 million plus at the box office. I really think we can nut up and go Gravity there. I don't care if it is R-rated. That movie had buzz. Sandra Bullock, 2-word title. Ideally, not to be mahjong-brained on this one, but we'd used a bunch of stuff from A to H. If we could use one more from A to H, like Bird Box, for example. Like we took all three from the same category. I thought that was shrewd strategy. But we could have done better than 10.5%, to be honest. Tobey Maguire, $100 million plus at the box office. There's obviously the Spider-Mans, but the only thing is, I think I gotta go Great Gatsby here. So the thing is, I'm trying to think of what the fuck Tobey Maguire did. Oh, he's in October Sky, bro, but that's not relevant at all. Okay, he's obviously in the Great Gatsby. I'm gonna nut up and throw Seabiscuit out here. Oscar-nominated films just crossed 100 million back then. I was alive, I remember. Now, Don Cheadle is interesting. I might hit you with like an Ocean's 12 on $100 million plus at the box office. And then title starts A to H. I mean, Hotel Rwanda's in there. Iron Man is not in there, obviously. Reign Over Me, not in either of these. Let's go Ocean's 13 for a 2-word title and just fuck with them a little bit. And then, are we really going to play Hotel Rwanda? We can't do better than Hotel Rwanda. Don Cheadle's like, he's been around so long. Like, this sounds hipster, and I don't mean it this way, but like, I was familiar with who Don Cheadle was before most of his huge movies came out. So I feel like if you asked me in like 2003, oh, name a Don Cheadle movie, I would be like, boom, Swordfish. See, it's that simple. But now I'm like, the Avengers 2, the Iron Man. Like I've become Cheadle blind, man. So I guess, can I be honest with you? I think you're gonna lose so much aura. Just play Hotel Rwanda. It might even be in the plurality, but you gotta play it. Has to be done. Yeah, I knew it, but you can't. You can't play the Avengers on that one. You got to play Brooklyn's Finest. White Noise, of course. White Noise. Hotel for Dogs. I forgot about that. I only know it for the Nintendo DS game. It's my favorite DS game.
Embers, a noun meaning a glowing fragment.
I know that. I know that better than you.
Groats, a noun meaning hulled grain broke. Basement, a noun meaning the part. Standoff, a noun meaning tie, deadlock.
You guys don't know groats? Toads from groats?
Debunk, a verb meaning grotesqueness, an adjective meaning of
Guillermo del Toro-ass
trifle.
word.
A noun. Telescope, a noun meaning dissemble, a verb meaning to hide under a false appearance. Dissemble comes from
It couldn't be anything else, but I don't think I've ever heard of it.
nouveau, an adjective meaning newly arrived or developed.
Okay, so far so good. So far so good.
Refectory, a noun meaning a dining hall, as in a monastery or college. Refectory comes from
Huge. We're using a lot of intuition on this one.
broom, a noun meaning mist, fog. Bruma is French for mist, derived from
Ow, that's not broom. It's UME. Oh.
erythroblast, a noun meaning a polychromatic nucleated cell of red bone marrow that synthesizes hemoglobin, and that is an intermediate in the initial stage of red blood cell formation. Broadly, a cell ancestral to red blood cells. The term originates from globally recognized scientific terminology and vocabulary. Erythroblast, a noun meaning a polychromatic nucleated.
Huge. That's huge.
Prestidigitation, a noun meaning sleight of hand. Sojourner, a verb meaning to stay.
Dude, I'm really pleased with the performance today. If I may say so, I'm really pleased with the performance. We didn't get a perfect score, but there were some pulls there, is all I'm going to say. That might be our best ELO. Now, I got broom wrong, but it wasn't the type of broom you're thinking of. Speed was crazy. I mean, it's prestidigitation. How hard could it be? Diet soda hasn't got you yet. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm off the Coke Zero. Why hesitate? But all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say is people read the abstract. They don't even look at the methods or anything like that. They just look at the conclusion and go, here's the reason it isn't real. And I'm like, what did you... This is why we need to make 2 stats classes prerequisites, man. Because you go into Stats 101 and you're like, I trust all science. And then you leave Stats 101 and you're like, never trust any science. But if you did Stats 201, you would be like, I actually trust most of the science, or at the very least, I understand that the purpose of my role is not to just look at the abstract and be like, here's a reason it could be wrong. You have to go through the results and replicate it, or at least, find an error in the methodology. You can't just look at it and be like, there's probably something here that's like, there's confounding factors. Especially if you are fucking posting about your sleep score, or you have a fucking Oura ring on or something like that. You can't be, I hate pseudoscience. By the way, my sleep score last night was 91. Yippee! Yippee! Dan doesn't believe you're done with CZ. He should, honestly. First off, caffeine, addictive. But the level of caffeine in diet soda, not enough to be an effective dose. Now that's pseudoscience, but it's true because I have a sample size of 1 and it's me. And you might say, that's not a big enough sample size. Wrong! Stats 101, Andy. I'm doing a fucking 36-year longitudinal study. My sample size is 1, but the breadth of information that I have is incalculable. The bandwidth is limitless, essentially. No, there's no diet soda. We went out for dinner last night. I'll have water, thanks. If they had some sparkling water, that would be nice, but they oftentimes don't. Caffeine tolerance. Caffeine is a real habit, okay? But there's not enough in a Coke Zero to cause a dose response. And I know it because as soon as I read the study, I went, well, I'm not drinking that shit anymore until I get more information. And I just fucking tanked it. And nothing changed. Nothing changed. It's still a vice? Well, it would be. Last week I didn't think it was a vice. Now that I've seen the study, I would consent that it's plausibly a vice. Is there an adjective for vice? It's vice-like? It's not a vice? It might be a vice. If it causes tau protein entanglements in your brain at an increased rate, I would consider that to be vicey. Now, the study is not, it's just one study. It's got 4 citations, but I'm off the pen until I see more data. Let's put it that way. And now we've circled right back, because you're going to say, one study. Is it peer-reviewed? It was published in Neurology, bro. So, that's one of the biggest journals in science. So the odds are probably no, based on the credibility crisis that's going on in academia right now. That being said, the risk of the tau protein entanglements versus the reward of a tasty drink, I'm willing to take the calculus on the conservative side there. Maybe we should just drink water and eat only bread. Apollo, don't do that. Don't do that. Because everyone's like, I trust the science, until the science says something that I don't like, in which case, everything's bad for you. We're all going to die. Yeah, we're all going to die, but I don't want to be 60 and have 36% more tau protein entanglements in my brain. It's not a longevity thing. I especially considering that, I was talking about verbal fluency and shit like that. I got to protect that, man. I don't have that much left to lose. And this is my domain. This is my industry. I'm probably eating way too many carbohydrates a day. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a hedonist, but I'll eat some deep fried food and eat some French fries and stuff like that. But I'm not fucking around with tau protein entanglements. And if it comes out in 6 years that study is fucked up and they made it all up just so that they could get tenure at whatever Brazilian university they work for, I'll just drink 5 times as much Coke Zero to make up for the time lost. No harm, no foul, bro. It's that simple. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Dan is appalled. Dan is appalled that I'm trusting the science. Holy shit. I lost them all last night. I lost them all last night and I got them all back. I got them all back with my fucking spiel. It feels so good. I can feel the power pulsing through my fucking veins right now. That's crazy, man. Now watch this drive. Yeah, it's going to be pork chop bun. Come on, 70.6%. How much Coke Zero have you had today? Italian food's going to beat vomit. Ratatouille's going to win because of the movie. It's that simple. General Tso's chicken is one of the tastiest foods ever invented. I don't care if they invented it in New Jersey. Oh, this is tough, man, because andouille sausage is really good, but so is a fucking club sandwich. I'm going to go club sandwich. 39% andouille sausage. You are not serious people. You're not serious people. That's not 39% versus 61 for club sandwich. That's 39% agnostic. Crumble is fucking good. What the hell is this Finnish poutine? Golden fries, combined sausage pieces, popular street food. Buddy, I gotta be honest with you, crumble clears. Anything with lechon in the name, I guess it's not French, but you get the idea. It's gonna win. Lechonk. Milkshake is, again, I mean, I feel like I give a pretty fair view of the United States. I got some problems with the country, but not that many problems with the food. They've invented some of the greatest food on the planet, man. And the milkshake is one of the, it might be the tastiest food ever invented. It's a very honest 95.9%. This one's wild because tortillere is delicious. But do people put respect on it? This just pisses me off. To prepare this dish, start by boiling water. Fuck you, man. 59% is a damn scam. Bonbo. Okay. Spongy sweet balls versus, is that like a Spam sandwich? A sausage sandwich that looks fucking good? You're fucking scamming yourselves. No, I'm not. Well, just fucking one of yous. You're scamming yourself. It looks like shit. It looks fucking awesome. It looks like a ham sandwich, bro. All right, next. Beer. Not beer. Red wine, cola, ice, and a lemon slice. Alcorta. Oh, dude, hit this shit. Fucking hit this shit, bro. The tannins make you get even fucking higher. I'm not smoking any fucking Merlot. Wouldn't that be good if they were smoking wine in Sideways? I'm not smoking any fucking Merlot. Oh, man. I'm going to guess Spain because the wine bottle says product of Spain. It's Spain. Yeah, why not, man? As long as it's not a diet cola. Yo, you're really off CZ because of caffeine or rat sugar poison? You've been baited by chat on the caffeine. As I said about the caffeine and diet soda, Daniel, is not enough caffeine to trigger a dose response in at least in a body like mine. I can't speak for the diminutive waifish forms of the average chatter, but I just tank it. Like it just goes right through me like Olestra. However, there was a study published in the Journal of Neurology in early September that suggested that it actually contributes to brain aging, increased rate of brain aging in the highest, I think it was the highest decile of artificial sweetened soda drinkers. And you're going to say, well, the highest decile, how much could that be? They were averaging 1 can a day, which for you might seem like a lot, but for normal people might not be that much. That seems perfectly normal. And how much was the brain aging, just for reference? By age 60, it was 1.6 years above the average. But have you seen like the average 60-year-old's opinions? Like I don't want my brain to be 2.5% worse than the average 60-year-old's. I would like it, if possible, to be better. That's easily tankable. I feel like I actually feel like Dr. Bonnie Henry right now. I thought we trusted the science. We trusted the science when the scientists were telling us stuff that we liked, and now that it's stuff we don't like, we're not trusting the science? What are you talking about, man? You don't pick and choose. It's not 1.6%, it's 1.6 years, you stupid motherfuckers! It would be 1.6% if you were 100 years old and the trend held. It is 1.6 divided by 60, which is like 2.5% or something like that. You don't know math! And you're trying to say you know science, which is based on math. This is why we need to go back to the stupid people be quiet and trust the smart people. I know I'm stupid. That's why I'm trusting the smart people. You are too stupid to realize you're stupid. You think you're smart. And you're like, I'm smarter than the scientists. Did they think about this? Yeah, bro. Yeah, they thought about it. Wait for someone even smarter than the scientists who published the paper in the first place to tell you why the first scientists are stupid. You're not going to fucking solve the problem sitting on Discord going, well, did they think about this? I wonder if they considered this. I don't know. It's their fucking jobs. I think they probably considered it. You need to wait for the Ubermensch to fucking look down on the first scientists and go, they really fucked up. It's not going to be some 21-year-old kid that's procrastinating doing his Stats 101 homework, okay? You need to wait for fucking a credible scientist like Dan Ariely to come in here and say, this is why it's wrong. And then we'll be ready. Like RFK. Well, he has a PhD in kinesiology. This to me looks like it's from South Korea. Or Japan. That's a Pizza Hut ass pepper shaker, though, I'm going to say. It's either... It's not... It's kind of bulgogi, but it's not really bulgogi. It's cut more like yakiniku. This is tough, man. I'm going to say Korea first, but I'm like 52% Korea, 48% Japan. Southwest of Korea. Holy, man. Malaysia? BizTech. It's Argentina? The Philippines. Or Indonesia? The Philippines. It would be closer to Malaysia if it was Indonesia. Oh, Column, you're so right. Calamansi was fucking in it. Oh. I haven't had one of these in a long time. Cherry! This is a trifle from the United Kingdom, bro. Of course I would eat that. Ew! Cherry baby. Does it have beef? Clutch Friends reference. Second favorite Courtney Cox piece of media after the Chumba Casino ads or whatever. Royal Match. 27% of people are psychopaths. I think, honestly, it's come to the point, we talk about this now and then, and people always tell me to shut up. But like, first, when you're like 9 years old, you try to evaluate things honestly, like Bella Baxter from Poor Things. You know, you're like, oh, why would they do things this way? Why would they do things that way? As you get older, you live your life just by a series of rules of thumb. And it's sad when people become not free thinkers. I think if that shit had said Japan, they would have been like, that looks like the tastiest dessert I've ever seen. I think it would have 85% thumbs ups. But people saw that it was from the UK and said, I wouldn't eat that awesome dessert. My heuristic is telling me that all British food is bad. And that's where you're wrong. All British food is bad except for trifle. That's why you got to be careful. The rules of thumb, they work until they don't. Will you still be streaming 10 years from now? Guy who wants to go to med school but doesn't want to miss a bit. Man City 2025. Anchovies or a priceless pint of Peroni outside of the Ezio Auditore's Cathedral. I'm going to go with the priceless pint of Peroni on that one. It's going to be Sonoran hot dog versus a meteorite that fell to Earth. Can I say something? I feel like by taking this picture, The photographer is trying to say something. Now, Wright's going to win. Let's start right there. But by taking this picture, the photographer is trying to say something like, look at how bad this is. It looks totally fine. It looks within what I would consider the normal upper and lower bounds of a stadium cheeseburger. Seems pretty normal to me. I think the Vindaloo's, I can't believe just the damage that I deconstructed my burger and now look how messy it looks. We're not surrounded by free thinkers, man. We're not surrounded by free thinkers. Big heads and soft bodies make for lousy lovers. You don't get it, okay? But all of a sudden it's, a waffle cone full of Korean fried chicken in England. All right, yeah, that's 70%. Buffalo chicken fries. I gotta be honest, for stadium pizza in the UK, this looks all right, but I still think the buffalo chicken fries are going to clear. Okay, the voting was fair on that one. It's simple. Hot dog's too red. If the hot dog's too red, you got to go with the other hot dog. Meatballs and pasta. It's pretty fucking good for $2. Wait, but that's pretty fucking good for £1.15, man. Holy. This ain't that bad. I got to go with the chicken on that, but that's pretty good. Holy. Yard-long boomstick chili cheese hot dog at the MLB London series. Okay, a foot long is a lot of hot dog. A yard long is fucking crazy. And I have to go with Peruvian rotisserie half chicken with fries and ucayana cheese sauce. That's nuts, man. The fire dog at the Chicago Fire game. Jalapeno cheddar sausage, cheddar sauce, charred tomato pepper relish, flamin' hot tortilla strips. This one's really tough. Because I feel like this would be good, but they just they shoved a little too much into the Kaiser roll, I think. I got to go with this. Sausage roll with a pie or pork steak in Korea. Pork steak in Korea is gonna win. It's gonna be duck wrap, dude. It's our first flawless. What's wrong with the duck wrap, man? I couldn't believe it wasn't like 85% to 3% or something like. The fact that it was close was crazy. It seems insane to me. It doesn't look great. Oh, yeah, they should do what the fucking cheeseburger dude did and unwrap it and go, what the hell is this? When you unwrap my wrap, look at how messy and goopy it looks inside. Ew. Pissing me off. Cheese pear is the weird Taiwanese name for what botanical fruit? I'm going to stop you right there. I don't know what botanical means. I'm going to say it's a durian. Super Bowl Sunday just edges out Cinco de Mayo as the biggest day of consumption of what culinary vegetable? Are you a tomato? It's avocado. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Cheese pear. I could totally, cheese pear makes so much sense. Because it's shaped like a pear, but it kind of has the texture of cheese. Sarcophilus, or flesh lover, is the apt genus name of what largest carnivorous marsupial? Kangaroo? Beelzebub's pup and satanic meat lover are older and equal. Is it a dingo? Oh, shit. It's a Tasmanian devil. Beelzebub's pup, bro. Beelzebub's pup. Who said koala, man? That's crazy. In 2002, David Henry Hwang launched a less racist revival of Rodgers and Hammerstein's What Drum Song? I have no idea. I'm not even going to type anything. Flowers for Algernon. Now we're talking. Basically, an open area where vultures can pick bones clean. The Towers of Silence are a tradition of what back of the encyclopedia religion? Zoroastrianism? Sean Connery's first Bond girl was played by a Swiss actress with what first name? Ursula. Now, finally, some real fucking questions. First few were just a fucking scam. All of a sudden, they start asking me about some relevant shit, and we're going off. There's no disorderly today. It's just giving me yesterday's. That's fine. Let's get ourselves in trouble with the little juxtastat. Which has a higher percentage of people who are black? I'm going to say Memphis. Higher percentage of people with long commutes. I'm going to say Cleveland? Every commute's long when you have to bike because you have 4 DUIs. Never mind. I deserve to get nut checked for that one. I ain't ever been there. I was just raining stuff down on Ohio because I thought it would be an opportunity for an easy +2. And I paid the price. I paid the price for that. That's a Bay Area suburb, bro. Come on. Little expat bro doesn't even know about Walnut Creek, California. Read a book sometime, dumbass. That's what you sound like to me. You know shit about fucking Moose Factory. More people with a business degree. It must be Nashville. Assuming a lot of people there are doing some ChatGPT stuff. Higher amount of people working in professional, scientific, and technical services. What did they do to my fucking city, bro? They turned my city into a damn JPEG. Allentown, not the capital of Pennsylvania. The capital is something else. Harrisburg? That sounds right. The thing is, we got a lot of people that work in these industries in Vancouver. The problem is UBC, technically not a part of Vancouver, so you're losing like all the university staff, but I still send it. I don't really want to answer this one. We get it either way. Wilkes-Barre, stand up. It's called Scranton. What? The Electric City. I'm from Ohio. We do have a lot of DUIs. Okay, one second. List of states sorted by number of DUIs. Top 10 states with the most DUIs. Okay. Damn, Ohio's not even in the fucking... Well, this is confusing. Because the number of... I don't even want to make a joke about this, but it is interesting that the states that are the top 10 for DUI deaths are not in the top 10 for DUI arrests. That's interesting. Per capita, you're right, per capita. These are the states with the most drunk driving. Is there any difference between men and women? Not the virtue signal, but I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb and say men do a little bit more drunk driving than women on average. That would be my... I'm not trying to be a pick-me. I'm just saying that's my base case. Because men usually drive the car. That's the way I grew up. I do most of the driving in my family. If we're both in the car, I'm doing most of the driving. And when we drank, I was doing most of the drinking too, but I kept them separate. I kept them 100% separate because I'm not playing around with that. You know, I don't even look at my phone when I'm driving. And the thing that gets me, Apollo, you're probably in the same boat here. When I say I don't look at my phone when I'm driving, people go, sure. They hit me with the sure emote. Like, everybody looks at their phone a little bit when they drive. No, we fucking don't, bro. No, we don't. Not even at stop signs. That's good bait. Stop signs is crazy. Not even at red lights, man, I swear. What do you do at a red light? You... sing, I get your pin shot, your name in lights above it. This is your big debut. It's like a dream come true. And when you smile for the camera, I know I loved you better. Peg. You wait at the light, you sing the song, and then when the light changes, you fucking drive in 0.1 second instead of 3 seconds, and then someone honks at you and you crash your car into them because you get mad. Then the shutter falls, you see it all in 3D. It's your favorite foreign movie. Yeah, people are cooked. I don't know, man. No attention span. I mean, I could fucking sit here. I could just sit here for the next, how much longer are we live? 3 hours, 45 minutes? I could sit here with a black screen and just talk. Now I can't because 15 minutes ago I was supposed to be playing the game for the sponsored segment. But tomorrow I could do that. And it wouldn't even be a fucking problem. It would be a fucking mitzvah for me to do something like that. It'd be the best day of my fucking life to do something like that, to just sit here and talk, to just jaw for the whole fucking stream. You wouldn't know what that's like. Oh, show me someone with a crazy manicure cutting into a hamburger that oozes cheese when they cut it in half. Please, streamer. Please. Nobody's crushed a bag of potato chips and then poured Nutella on it and put it in the oven in almost 30 seconds. I can't handle it. Please. Nobody show me a fucked up craft that is supposed to make it easier to clean my stove, but actually no one without mental illness would ever execute on ever. Oh, please do it. You've done this voice like 5 times a day? Well, it's my impression of you, so I'll stop doing it when you stop laughing, bro. I'll stop doing it when you stop laughing. What was I looking up? Oh, states sorted by DUIs? I see you, Illinois. What are you doing, Illinois? 2011 robots? Yeah, bro. That's the Curiosity rover. 1966 establishments in the United States, December observances, January observances, public holidays in the United States. MLK Jr. Day. I don't think Martin Luther King Jr. Day is a Swahili word and phrase. December observances, January, because I thought that Martin Luther King Jr., or maybe it is Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It's Kwanzaa. It's not Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Is that in February too? I don't know anything about Kwanzaa except when Krusty the Clown is doing all the holiday shout-outs. And he says, have a crazy Kwanzaa. That's basically all I know. No, it's in January. Okay. I see you in chat, by the way. Don't let them get on you for saying you said Juneteenth, okay? I mean, like, Juneteenth probably would have been my number 2 answer here. I was getting it wrong either way. 1600s plays about Christmas that are Shakespearean comedies. Twelfth Night, maybe? How do you spell 12th? 12th Night. 2000s fads and trends. This is Crank That. Soldier Boy. Crank That Soldier. Now, can I say something? The fact that they didn't like fully nut up and put the shit in the parentheses like the Wikipedia article is kind of pissing me off a little bit because the parentheses are part of the title. Demons in Christianity. Money. Fortune gods. I don't know. Beelzebub. Mammon. I have no idea who that is, to be honest with you. Isn't that the person making the jam at Costco? Bon Maman? Oh, no. It's Anne Frank. (1983) Neologisms. Constrained writing, rotational symmetry, and wordplay. Easy. Where's the beef? An ambigram. If you got this, that's crazy. I understand the concept of an ambigram now. When you turn it upside down, it looks the same as when it was right side up. But that's crazy if you got that right. And I mean that with respect. Songs about ghosts written by Kate Bush. Running Up That Hill. It's Wuthering Heights, y'all. Sorry to Kate Bush in chat. Kate Bush is always in chat. Let me find it here. Kate Bush mode. There you go. It had novels by Jane Austen. She wrote something other than Running Up That Hill. I haven't listened to much Jane Austen. 1971 in American politics. This is, okay, so this is about Watergate. What was the report called? It was by Woodward and Bernstein. The Woodward-Bernstein report? The Pentagon Papers. It's not even fucking Watergate, bro. Fuck. The Throat Goat. Deep Throat was the informant, man. What was the report? It might just be called the Watergate report, honestly. It's crazy people hate him so much, even though he literally said, I'm not a crook, man. Why are you hawing Deep Throat? This shit happened in history. You're hawing like the news from 60 years ago. Because they're all like 14 years old, Unk. No, just 6, maybe 7 years old. More like. By the way, don't echo that in chat. The Twitch AI will ban you. They don't understand satire. It meant something else back then. No, the fuck it didn't. You got to see all the president's men, buddy. I don't know what the hell it meant the same. Yeah, it's the name of a porno, bro. 1883 establishments in the French Congo. I'm about to type some crazy shit like Mombasa, Brazzaville. All right. I guess it probably wouldn't be a map in Halo 2, huh? I don't even want to see this anymore. This is pissing me off. Don't say Brazzersville. Now you're starting to flick me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it's a 238-degree angle. There's a 221-degree angle. 212-degree angle is boiling. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Nut the fuck out, man. 214. Oh! Oh, that was tough. I'm not proud of myself for being off by more than 20 to begin with, but geez Louise. All that matters is you get there in the end. Didn't wake up, didn't sleep. Realized I caught NL for the first time in weeks. I'm never up at this time. You didn't wake up and you didn't sleep? The type of beast to wake up this morning, have myself some fun. Mama always said I was the chosen one. Yeah, of course she would say that, Tony. She's your mom. Although now that I think about it, Livia Soprano wasn't that warm to begin with. Oh. She was not saying that. She was saying shit like, I'd rather be dead. Fuck you, buddy. Tony doesn't sing that? He sings it in the extended, the director's edition of the intro on Crave. What a fucking shot. Did you finish it? I'm going to get to it right after Uma Musume. But I can't stop winning in Uma Musume, so it's honestly kind of tough. If I was worse at Uma Musume, it would be a lot easier. But because I'm so damn good, I haven't found the opportunity yet. Did you win the CM? Handily, I might add. Handily. Wasn't even close. And you know what? I'm not trying to aura farm on the nerds, okay? But like every time I showed them the horses, I showed them being the Uma Musume players in my Discord, they would hit me with something like, well, your guts are 4 below what I would consider to be an acceptable threshold. And then I would remake it with like the guts being way higher, and they would go, well, you don't have groundwork. So if but it might be a little too late for you to get. I would recommend finding a Boro with 18 stars of groundwork to give yourself a better chance to. And then I just said, this is too fucking much. It's way too much to worry about. I'm just going to send it with the horses I have, and I won. So I don't know what to tell you. Maybe if you were like better at the game, you wouldn't have to work so hard. You should try acting, my dear boy. It's easier. Laurence Olivier. Graded or open? Whatever the one with the flames coming out of it was. That's huge. For real? Yeah, bro. Graded win is huge. I know it's my second one, bro. I don't know what I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest with you. Which Umas did you run for CM? I picked my favorite. Actually, Kate picked them for me of the ones that I trained. But I picked ones that were pure of heart and sound of mind because they can't lose. Are you saving for Dodo? Bro, I wish. Didn't they go extinct in like the 1800s? I'd probably win like the Nobel Peace Prize or something. Because you got Summer Maru? I don't have Summer Maru, bro. I don't even have all season Maru. I'm just out here. I mean, that's your problem, man. You can't serve both God and Mammon, okay? I made my choice. It's Mammon. Sorry, God. It's are you there, God? It's me, Mammon. Top 15%, man. Okay, that's not too bad. You just learned Mammon? Yeah, now I'm reinforcing it. Bone Mammon. I'm going to get some of their jam next time I go to Costco. Oh, fuck. Heads, shoulders, knees, and toes wraps up one little performance. It's the last letter of... Wraps is the last letter of every single word. It's... Wraps up one little performance. Heads wraps up. First tells us to take some initial letters of neighboring fodder, and the second says those letters will contain something. And then the fodder, of course, is shoulders, knees, and toes. It's a skit. S-K-T wraps up one. One is an I in Roman numerals, and a little performance is a skit. Okay, 1 over par. We're still in there, though. I'm still a little pissed off yesterday. Apollo, are you here? It's not your fault, okay? Well, it's your fault, and I'm going to blast you over it. How the fuck does "you're like a hot dog, M dash for me to poop on" not get a unanimous victory in the rap battle Jackbox game, Mad vs. City? Hot dog, you're like a hot dog dash for me to poop on. Why would it? Because it's wordplay. Your second line was ass. Yeah, but like with no disrespect, my opponents, all 4 lines were ass. I think that honestly, like that's the base case in that game is that all 4 lines are ass. Like only me and Apollo can rhyme. I'm gonna glaze him a little bit. I don't know if we're like just built different, but of the 5 or 6 people that we play Jackbox with, only Apollo and I can actually rhyme. And it just pisses me off. Some of my joke boats were good too, man. But the problem is, I know I've been beating this drum for a while, and you keep saying, stop saying shit like that, you're going to alienate your audience, and then the view count only goes up. Which means that I think many of you have a fetish known as findom, which is where you want to give money to a bully. And whether or not you're jerking off is honestly not really my business. But a lot of the audience loves to say shit like, oh, the audience didn't find it funny. Well, yeah, I guess the audience is the problem, not the comedian. But honestly, some audiences are not that smart and also have bad vibes. Sometimes the jokes are really good and the audience doesn't laugh, and it is the audience's fault, man. They didn't do the required reading to actually catch the punchline. And they're out there in the audience going, boo! Dumb it down for us! Dumb it down for us so we can understand. Say that's what they used to call me in college. Say that would be a great name for a rock and roll band. Say that's what she said. Say that used to be my nickname in high school. And they don't appreciate the cerebral jokes. Hey, thanks for the gift subs, librarian, by the way. You nerd. You pathetic nerd. Pay for my DoorDash. I'm just trolling. I got it. Don't give me any money. I don't deserve it. Oh. This is a crazy Cine 2 nerdle. Why is the robot bleaching his roots? Is there a chance this is this Chappie? Was Chappie bleaching his roots? I need another review. We aren't special. We make stupid decisions because we're stupid. Our creators hate us. Weirdly suffers because it's in the blank franchise. Is this Bumblebee? Bumblebee is part of the Transformers franchise. It reviewed relatively well. It's not Bumblebee. Let me get another review, please. Scientists are so whack. Blank was like, let's electrocute this head of unknown origin and bring it back to life without knowing anything about it. And Blank was like, that seems like a good and safe idea. Worldwide box office, 403 million. I honestly have no idea, man. I guess E.T. is not a robot. How do I unsee that octopus? Oh, it's Prometheus, right? The octopus birth scene. Why is he's not a robot, Trin, he's an android! You fucked me! You fucking fucked me! David isn't a robot! David's an android! Oh, brother. What's the difference? A robot looks like a robot doesn't look like Michael Fassbender. An android looks like Michael Fassbender. David is a character I could just watch a whole movie of. That's kind of a crazy sentence. I would love to see if they did a follow-up for Alien Covenant. Because that is basically a whole movie of David. Even if he's just alone in a spaceship for 2 hours. Isn't Mass Skull sounds so familiar? /user Mass Skull. 1 second here. This would be crazy if this was... They have a Twitch account, and they have Twitch Recap 2023, but they have not chatted here. It might not be them either. Safe for now. Okay, safe for now. Okay, let's /marker this. That's the those, and then we'll do band.